Okay, guys, so picking up here, if f of x is equal to cosine of x minus 6 and f inverse of negative 9 pi is equal to 3 pi over 2, what is the equation of the tangent line to the graph of y equals f inverse of x at x equals negative 9 pi? Okay, so first of all, they're just using the inverse notation throughout. So I'm immediately, well, let me take note of this. Equation of the tangent line, not the slope. The slope of the tangent line, we would just need the derivative. But equation of the tangent line, you're going to need y minus y1 equals m tan x minus x1. Okay, so equation. So you're going to need that. Okay, now I know I have this inverse relationship, so let me first say, let me switch notation. I'm going to choose a letter they didn't use, and I'll just let that stand for the inverse of f. Okay. And in that new notation, so I need the equation of the tangent line to g of x at x equals negative 9 pi. Okay, so that's what I need. All right. All right, so let me just set up the first fact, which, as I keep saying, we don't always use. B, B, A. Okay, but there it is in case we need it. And then the second, all right. So the second fact, and first of all, guys, okay, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. All right, so over here, let me do the three things I need for my equation. Okay, as soon as I have numbers for all three of these things, I could use my equation. So x1, they gave it, is negative 9 pi. Okay, y1 is g of negative 9 pi, because I did this substitution. And then m tan is g prime of negative 9 pi. Okay, so if we needed this stuff over here, guys, it would be to find g of negative 9 pi. But let me go back through my problem here. Look at this notation I switched. So this actually is g of negative 9 pi. Okay, so we didn't actually need to use this because they just outright gave us that this is 3 pi over 2. Okay, but very often you do have to use it. Okay, so didn't, maybe for your notes you could say didn't need. So we didn't need that. Okay, now g prime of negative 9 pi. G prime of negative 9 pi, that is this second thing over here. So g prime, that's the second big major consequence of the inverse relationship. 1 over f prime g of negative 9 pi. Okay, now g of negative 9 pi is 3 pi over 2. Okay, so in for this, 3 pi over 2. So I've got to find f prime. All right, I know this is, feels like we're going in, there's a lot going on, but we need the derivative of this and then plug 3 pi over 2 in there. Okay, so, all right, so f prime of x is equal to negative sine of x minus 6. Okay, so this is, so I'm still getting g prime here. It's 1 over negative sine, or actually let me just do it up here. So f prime of 3 pi over 2 is negative sine of 3 pi over 2 minus 6. All right, sorry that there's not much room. Okay, so 3 pi over 2 is making us land here, okay? And sine is the y-coordinate. The y-coordinate there is negative 1. So that's negative, negative 1, which is positive 1 minus 6. Okay, so that's negative 5. Okay, so that's what this is right here, negative 1/5. And then for our final answer, y minus 3 pi over 2, negative 1/5, x plus 9 pi. Okay, yeah, that was a lot. Okay, so that's the answer there. Okay, now this one. So selected values of a I should have done this one first. This one is easier than the last. Selected values of a differentiable function g and its derivative are shown in the table below. Write an equation for the tangent line to the graph of y equals g inverse of x at x equals 2. Okay, so again, we've got equation for the tangent line, right? So y minus y1 is m tan x minus x1. All right. So I'm going to need my 3 ingredients for that. But then also, guys, I've got this inverse relationship here. So now this time they're using G, so I'll use F. Or maybe that will be confusing. Let me use H, just to show you something different. So let H equal G inverse. So we want equation of 2h of x. Okay, so I just switched notation and then I like rethought about the instructions. Okay. All right, now this relationship is going to allow me to go like this. So GH. Okay, so if we got AB over here, we've got BA over there. And then number 2, I'll set it up now. So one of my 3 ingredients, all right, so so x1 is 2, y1 is h of 2, and then m tan is h prime of 2. All right, so that's what this is going to help me with. So h prime of 2 is 1 over g prime of h of 2. Okay, so we do need this fact right here. We need this fact for sure because we need h of 2 for both, yeah, for this formula and to get this y coordinate. Okay, so h of 2. So for an input of 2 on h, or an input of 2 on h would be an output of 2 on g. And then I've got these g values. I find this output of 2, so input of 1 on g, so that'll be this output of 1 on h. Okay, so that tells me that this is 1. All right, so that's 1. So this is 1 over g prime of 1. So g prime, I have values here. So there's 1. G prime of 1 is 5. Huh, that's weird. We keep getting 5s. Okay, so the answer, y minus 1 is 1/5 x minus 2. Alrighty, guys, there it is.